Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have our program installed, and we're going to first have to open it. Down here on the dock, you can see that I already have GarageBand on my dock. But if you don't have that, don't worry, we'll find it for you by going to the Finder, which is our blue face guy over here. Click on that, and then click on where it says Applications. If you go to Applications, you will have all your programs on your computer located in one big folder. You go to GarageBand. It's alphabetical order, so just find GarageBand. And you can double click it to open it, like so. For me, I already have GarageBand open, so it's down here. Okay, first thing you might want to do, because that's kind of an annoying step to have to do every single time, you can go down here, right click, or hold hold control and click, and then you're going to go to options, and then go to keep and dock. If you click on that feature, it'll always be there on the bottom. That might save you some time because it gets kind of annoying to constantly have to go to applications and find it. So go to keep and dock. Keep and dock, and make sure it's checked. Okay, when you first open up GarageBand, you're going to see this main menu. This main menu has a lot of different pre-made settings for GarageBand that will help you in a certain project. For example, if you are basically primarily a piano player or a keyboard player, this is a lot of stuff that you might want to look into. A keyboard collection of different sounds and patches to make your music sound really good. If you're really good at piano and keyboard already, that's great for you. Amps is more for if you play a guitar or a bass and you need a certain amp sound for your music. Voice is obviously for something where you're using your voice primarily, maybe a podcast, maybe some sort of narration you're doing. Ringtone, if you're making your own ringtones for iPhones. Hip hop is if you're into making your own beats. Electronic, once again, is similar to keyboard. And then songwriter is something where if you are a singer-songwriter, you have your own guitar and you want to do vocals, that might be something that you're interested in. But for me and our purpose, we're going to use Empty Project because we want to learn all the basic stuff about GarageBand because this is probably the best way to do that. So you're going to double click or just click choose once this is selected. You have the blue box around it, so I know it's selected. So click choose. And now the next thing we notice is another menu that asks us what type of track that we want to start with. So for our purposes, we're going to use software instrument. Software instrument is basically a musical instrument that is only computerized. For example, if we're using a keyboard sound that comes from Apple, comes from GarageBand, we're going to use like a digitized software instrument. If we have a real instrument, for instance, like a guitar or a bass, and we want to play that, then we use this feature. Or drums. If you have an actual drum set and you want to record that drum set, you can use the actual drum track setting that GarageBand provides for you. Audio is a really interesting one that you're probably going to have to use at some point. That's for using a microphone on your computer, whether it's a pre-installed microphone or some sort of external microphone that you include on the computer. For our purposes, we're going to use software instrument because this is the one that we're going to use to make our beats and our music in GarageBand for this course. So I'm going to double click this and watch what happens. Okay, great. Now I have this first track. It's always classic electric piano to start. It's just like the default one that you first get when you first go on GarageBand. I'm going to click out of this because I want to show you how to open that first. Okay, so this is our first track right here. This little section right here, it goes horizontally. Up here, we have our main functions of our track for GarageBand. This is stop, this is play, then we have record, and we have move forward and move backwards. Very useful tools to master very quickly. Over here, this button is really interesting because it goes right to the beginning. It's going to be useful later on when you're way deep into your song and you don't want to go like this and constantly have to click every single thing. You're better off just clicking this one and it goes back right to the beginning. Okay. All the way up here, you have the settings of your song, the specific attributes of your song. For instance, tempo is how fast or slow the song is. Over here is the key of the song. The key of the song, for people who know music theory, is something where you can change the pitch of your song and what pitch the whole song is in. We're not really going to get into that for now. We're going to keep it kind of simple. I just wanted to show you guys everything. Over here is signature, which is the time signature of the song. You can change how many beats are in per measure and the note value of each one, whether it's quarter notes or eighth notes. Once again, that might be over your head right now, and it's perfectly okay. I just wanted to show you what it is. And this is the specific bar or beat that we're on in the song. So if we're over here, it shows us what bar we're in. This is the second bar. What beat we're in. This is the fourth beat. And so on. One thing I like to do is click over here, click on this, and change it to time, because it will tell you the specific time. This is the seconds, and well, those are hours, and these are like the more specific seconds, like milliseconds and everything. So if I either hit spacebar or press the play button, it will start to play. Right now there's nothing going on because we don't have a song yet. So I'm going to hit spacebar again, and I'm going to move on to the next section.